Welcome into the Bobby Drew Show.
What is that?
Wait,
I decided I'm going to be a cowboy today.
yeah.
Not a Dallas Cowboy.
I was wondering.
Never in my life will I ever be a Dallas Cowboy. Hey, did you guys know that the Green Bay Packers eliminated the Dallas Cowboys from the playoffs?
No, I didn't. Wow, that's breaking news.
Hey, just in case you didn't know, I did send. He's probably not watching because he's got better things to do. But John Sordo, fellow league mate of ours in fantasy football, huge delusional Cowboys fan. I was just walking the other day, and I just came to my mind, and I smiled about the score for the Cowboys and Packers game. So I went online, screenshotted it, and I sent it to him. just because I can. Well, I run things around here, and we had a good weekend. Brian, you told me you guys had a good weekend at church.
Yes, sir, we did. We had a great weekend. Actually, had 4 more baptized. It's just awesome to see God moving. It really is.
That's awesome. Well, praise the Lord for that. We had some good church. Bishop preached a phenomenal message, and for those of you that follow us on social media, you saw David. Where is he? Right here. David. I wasn't able to put it in the show tonight because I didn't think about it because I didn't want to embarrass him that much. But you should go check out the video of David at Top Golf.
You should.
He's probably next to Tiger. Your PGA Tour ready? Dave, what was the thoughts that went? I know what you texted me. I won't repeat it because it was very hurtful. What was your thoughts when you saw that got posted?
He's writing something down again. Golf is
stupid. Oh, yeah. I believe. You know what? I'll say it. Dave texted me and said, "I hate you."
You know what, though? I don't hate you. I'm sorry. I apologize. That just, my feelings got the best of me. And but that's all right. I got no shame. We can talk about all the scores and everybody who won the games at Top Golf, about how you didn't win anything.
I didn't.
And I did. And in fact, destroyed you.
Ooh.
Listen
news.
Wow. Brian, listen to this. We're at Top Golf, and we're playing you ever played that game mode? It's like Bejeweled.
Yeah.
So we're playing that. Dave had 48,000 points going into the second round. I just jumped above everybody. I got like 300 and something thousand on my last swing. And Dave, he swings his last one, and he got over 500,000 points.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's how you do that.
Yup.
Listen, I gotta get with somebody that plays golf because, I mean, every time I swing, I got power behind it. It goes far, but it always curves to the right. I just can't hit it straight. I don't know. I don't know why.
Your swing. Here's the thing. Your swing looks good, but it's all bad.
I went with somebody once. Yeah, every time, guaranteed.
Slice.
Oh! Somebody says golf is a very good sport. This is Tammy Larson. Brian, I think you know who she is.
Yes. It might actually
be for. Oh my word, dear Lord!
Wow. What? How?
Just so you know, that's my brother giving her all these words. Can you read that? You know what it says?
It's called. I be very careful with this one.
I got it. Let me try it.
Shankapotamud.
Shankapotamud. It's a golfing term, Bobby Drew. You don't understand it, but I will say this. By the way, golf is not a sport. Okay, we may get into this later, but I don't. just stop in the comments, okay?
Yeah.
Oh no. Golf is
Yeah,
not-
stay tuned. That's going to be actually in a few minutes. We're going to talk about that. Shankoponymous is what they said in the comments. But we're going to get into, is golf a sport? Talk about golf a little bit here in the next few moments. But I got to get with somebody. Somebody told me one time, I don't know what he meant by this. It was a friend of mine. We were in high school. He played golf and stuff, and we're at the range. He's like, dude, your swing looks nice. You just can't hit the ball. And I don't know if that was like, is that a compliment? I don't know.
I
That
think
was me that said that.
Yeah, well, you're not the first one. I've had this problem since the beginning of time.
Oh my
I
goodness.
just can't hit the golf ball straight. Well, here at the Bobby Drew Show, we like sports, but we always want to keep God first. That's what we do here. So we do have a verse of the week. Brian gave us this one. So if you have your Bibles, let's turn to Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And if you don't have your Bible, it's on the screen, just like in church. So don't worry. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Now, that scripture, I love that scripture. Often misquoted. I don't know what Dave's doing over there.
I was
Dave, I'm not sure.
standing for the reading of the word,
Oh,
bro.
he was standing.
I was like, wow, that's a big chest. He's been working out.
Listen. Hey,
I didn't know what was going on.
Wow.
But it says for the good, not for your good. So
Right.
you always got to find the good in things because it will always work together for the good. All right, Dave, let's see. Let's try this one. Let's see if you got this one. Do you see that comment?
oh, Snuffleupagus.
Snuffle.
Upagus. Oh, Snuffleupagus. Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's
Really?
I'm pretty sure Sesame Street.
You don't know who Snuffleupagus is?
No, man. I don't know.
Bro, you're aging yourself now.
Yeah. That's
Wait,
'cause he was-
what is it?
Snuffleupagus. You
Listen.
snuffle
This is because he was raised on Dora the Explorer and not Sesame Street like me and you, Brian.
them. Now it's on
Oh,
House
man.
and Manny Manny like my son.
Yeah. Bob the Builder
Wow.
over here.
Yep.
I
Thomas the Engine.
okay, yes, I did watch Thomas. I watched
See?
Bob the Builder.
Uh-huh.
I did not watch Dora the Explorer.
Little
I
Einstein.
didn't. No, I didn't watch Little Einstein.
No? Do you watch Diego?
No, I watched Franklin.
Franklin.
George?
Blue's Clues.
Oh my god. Blue's Clues.
Caillou?
And oh no, I didn't. No, I watched what the Big Red Dog. Clifford. Yeah, that was my go-to stuff right there. Oh, I don't know if this is Tammy or Tim in there, but they're saying, why don't you think golf is a sport? We're about to jump right into that. Don't worry. Now, we were talking last week about the top 5 quarterbacks. That's how we ended the show. It got very
There was just something said that was wrong. We'll just leave it at that.
yeah.
There was one
We're not gonna
quarterback
get
put
into
the wrong position. Oh, God. He's
we're
right
not
there.
gonna get into it. Everybody on social media spoke up. I put it on TikTok. I put a poll out there, and Dave, everybody said you were wrong. They said Purdy is not a top 5 QB. The masses have spoken. You are wrong.
No.
But we said we're going to talk about other top 5 things. And so this week we're going to talk about what we think, and it's very interesting to see the differences, and we'll get a chance to explain, but the top 5 toughest sports. So we all entered a list. I'll read through them real quick, and then we'll give everybody an opportunity to explain why they put this. So here is the list. This is the top 5 toughest sports. Brian, he put baseball, hockey, basketball, football, and NASCAR. I myself put hockey, basketball, soccer, baseball, and football. And then Dave put NASCAR, soccer, baseball, football, and then he added in there UFC. Now, at any point in time, if you guys need to put that list back up for reference while you're talking, I will. But let's see. Let's save Ryan. Why don't you go first and
Okay.
explain to us your top 5 list there?
All right. My top five, again, it was on there, but it was baseball, hockey, football, basketball, and NASCAR. My reason for baseball is I don't care what sport you play, how good you think you are. If there's a guy standing 60 feet, 6 inches away from you, and he throws a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and then he comes back with like a 78-mile-an-hour changeup, you're not touching it. I don't care. I don't care what you say. And it's not only just on the offensive side. When that ball's hit at you 500 miles an hour at third base, you got to catch that ball. There's a lot involved if you're in the outfield. You can't just be up there and be like, I got it. I got it. No, no, no. There's angles you got to take. Baseball is, to me, the hardest sport. If you look up how long it takes a pitch to get from the pitcher's hand to home plate, it's like 0.003 milliseconds. And within that time, you have like 0.0002 milliseconds to make up your mind what the pitch is and to swing the bat. And you're swinging for like a 4-inch ball with a bat that's got a barrel that's 18 inches long and I think 3 or 4 inches thick, and you've got to be able to hit the ball. So not only do you have to have the hand-eye coordination, you have to have the strength to actually hit the ball and not just swing and miss. So look it up real quick, everybody that's out there. Google it and tell me, blink your eyes, basically blink your eye and then open it, and that's how quick the pitch is. So you have to pick up the ball coming off the hand. So there's no luck involved. You're not going to get up there and all of a sudden be great. MLB is hard. He's right. So you are considered a Hall of Famer in the MLB if you fail 7 out of 10 times. What's up, Bobby?
A fastball takes approximately 0.4 to 0.65 seconds from the pitcher to home plate.
There you go. So that's pretty quick. That's pretty fast. So again, to be a Hall of Famer in this sport, you fail 7 out of 10 times, which means you only succeed 30% of the time and you're considered a Hall of Famer. That's how hard this sport is. So, we got to really let that sink in. It's a hard sport. Then we'll go on to the next one real quick. And my second one was hockey. And if anybody's never been to a hockey game, what are you doing? Go see an NHL hockey game. There's no sport
Yes.
except for NASCAR in person. Hockey is unbelievable. These guys skate so fast. Some of these guys hit the puck over 100 miles an hour. The fact that you have just these defensemen are like 6'5" off of skates. Then you put them in ski. See, that's why your golf swing's so bad. You swing it like a hockey stick. 4. But you put these 6'6" defensemen, and then you put skates on them. They go like 6'9". These guys are like 225. So you're this little like 6-foot Martin St. Louis forward at the boards, and these guys are coming in at like 70 miles an hour, and they absolutely destroy you into the boards. You get walloped. I mean, you guys look at hockey players throughout the season; these dudes lose their teeth. Now, there's guys that have literally had broken bones go into the back, and they come back out and play. Basketball players, soccer players, you breathe on them. Oh, I got a hangnail. I'm out for 15 games. Hockey players literally lose digits. Then they get a finger cut off. They literally tape it up and they come back in and they play in the same game. That's a physical sport, and that's a sport that's hard. I can't do it because first of all, you got to be able to skate real good. You got to skate forwards, backwards, sideways. It's hard. Football, I don't want to get football, schmootball. We all know football's pretty tough. Basketball's pretty tough. I want to get to NASCAR. Okay. I'm going to get to my number 5. Everybody says NASCAR is not a hard, and it's not a hard sport. All you people that just said that you can't even drive in rush hour traffic. You can't even drive in rush hour traffic without getting mad. So you're going to go 190 miles an hour with a car to your left and a car to your right, about 3 inches, and you're not going to touch them. Then you're going to go and you're going to go get in front of them, and then you're going to pick up a draft, and it's going to swing you to the left. What are you going to do? Like you do on the road? Oh, I got to overcorrect. And there's no do-over. When you crash at 190 miles an hour, you're done. You're finished. NASCAR is hard. I don't want to ever partake in NASCAR. So please don't tell me NASCAR is not a sport. Anybody can go and sit in there, because here's another thing, all you bougies out there, there's no air conditioning in NASCAR. It's 130 to 160 degrees inside that car. Here's another thing. They're in the car for 4 or 5 hours. Nature might call. Guess what they have to do? There's no potty break.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin.
There's no potty break. So let's think about this, guys. Seriously, there is no break. You don't get a break. I mean, some races can last 3 hours. Some can go 6 or 7, depending on cautions, depending on red flags, depending on anything that happens. I mean, we have no idea. But honestly, if nature calls, what are we doing?
In other words, when you gotta go,
you gotta go.
You gotta go.
So that's my top 5. I mean, I know other people may have other ones, and if you even want to put them in the comments, go ahead, put them in the comments. But those are my top 5 hardest. Of course, there are hard sports out there. Oh yeah, the pit crew are athletes. That is very true. The pit crew always gets left out because those guys have to jump over the wall. They got to lift those tires. They got to do all this stuff within like 10 to 12 seconds and get back over the wall and not let the tires go flying. So shout out to the pit crews.
Those guys actually train for that. It's pretty wild.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Dave, are you ready for your top 5?
Yes, I'm always ready, man. Been sitting here ready.
My number 1. If you forgot what your top 5 was, I put it on the screen for you so you can.
I got my top 5. I got it written down right here. My number 1 is NASCAR. Brian, I am with you, bro, because just like you were saying, not only are you, it's not just about sitting in the car for hours. You're strapped in. You can't move nothing but your arms and maybe your feet to a certain extent. They're locked in. These guys have to deal with the heat, the dehydration, cramps, going to the bathroom on yourself if you have to. I mean, it's hard, bro.
Yep.
And listen, I drove a NASCAR, and let me tell you, it's hard. And I only went like 30 miles an hour, bro. And there wasn't even anybody next to me. Okay. Brian, yeah, you're talking about not only driving 190 miles an hour with somebody 3 inches to your left and to your right, but if you're running in the front, you got 37 cars behind you pushing you, you know, or you're in the middle of the pack. It takes concentration, all this stuff. And it's a sport. I don't want to hear anybody argue saying it's not a sport, because it is, because you're in competition with other people on the same track. So that, you know, you already said a lot about NASCAR. I got down soccer or European football. All right. Listen, you know what's hard about this? You see how big that field is? Brian, is a soccer field bigger than an NFL football field?
120 yards.
120 yards. Is it wider though?
80 yards.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I look at this. The field is gigantic, and those guys are just running back and forth like all day, all game long. Bro, soccer is a young man's sport. I can't. It's hard for me because I get winded just walking to my car after the show. Okay. Baseball's a hard sport because even though you are on a team, it's an individual scrutiny on everything you do in your position, when you're at bat, whether you're a pinch hitter or a relief pitcher. It's everybody's looking at you singly, even though you've got a whole team around you. And I think that is what makes baseball so hard, is because it's a team sport, but it all comes down to the individual person. Does that make sense? Football, NFL, American football, college, whatever. Again, this is just going to be kind of like the same thing as European football. It's just a lot of work, man. Exercise, running back and forth. I think it just seems hard to me because I'm an old man. Listen, my number 5 is the UFC.
Explain this to me.
Bro, okay. Do you agree? UFC is a sport, okay?
But is it hard?
Is it hard? Bro, the point of this basically is almost fight to the death, Okay, you got to stand in the ring with someone else that's just ready to kill you.
Uh-huh.
You know what's hard about it? You have got to not get killed yourself and try to destroy this other human being without killing them. It's hard, man. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about trying it. The last thing, getting hit in the face, getting kicked in the ribs, just all this stuff. It's hard.
All right.
You want to see my flying knee?
Yeah. Let's see it.
Ready?
He's gonna hurt
Yep.
himself. He's gonna hurt himself.
That was flying knee to the stomach.
Hey, it would have put you on the ground. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
I'll put you to the ground with that.
Flying.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm
I look more like a flying shin.
talking about UFC. I should have put that on my list. All right. Your guys' lists are okay, but mine's the best. Your guys' is all right. Here's my list. Top to bottom, hockey, basketball, soccer, baseball, and football. All right. First of all, I wasn't a fan of hockey until I went to a game. So if you're not a fan of hockey, go to a game. It'll change your life. All right. You go to a game, you see dudes up there that are missing teeth, hair's going everywhere. And in preseason games, they're willing to fight each other. That's an awesome sport. But I've never thought, when I think of skating, I always thought of like figure skaters. And, I'm not judging anybody or anything, but like when I see a guy on figure skating, I'm like, okay, he's obviously soft. Like I could beat that guy up, whatever. But then these guys come out on skates and I'm like, whoa, these guys are intimidating. Like the way they glide, they're gliding on the ice and like, oh man, hockey, because you have to use your hands, you're controlling the puck, you got the stick, everybody's trying to kill you, and you're not running, you're on skates, these little blades. Like you got to, that's two skills, not only playing hockey, but skating. Those are two separate things.
Yeah.
And they come together. So that's why I got hockey as number one, because that seems really difficult to me. And I don't know if you guys ever fell on ice before, but it does not feel good. So yes, hockey, basketball. Basketball is my number two, only because one, there is the constant running for those that don't take games off. People that actually are worth all the money that's spent on them, don't take rest games. But all those guys that play every minute, every game, they have to play offense and defense. And most of the time, to be a good player at some point through college, high school, college, and sometimes NBA, you have to know multiple positions. You got to know how to play them all. You got to be skilled in all of them in today's basketball, and you get to play both offense and defense. You got to be skilled on both sides. That's why basketball is number two and not soccer, or that's why NASCAR is not number one. Anybody can make a car go around in a circle. All right. Number three. Hey, wait. Listen. You guys got your opportunity. You can wipe the sweat off your bald heads, but it's my time to talk. All right. So soccer is number three because those guys just run all the time. And we play soccer at youth group on Friday nights every once in a while. And I'm not the most athletic person, but I got a little bit of athleticism in me. And it is hard to try to keep control of the ball, not kill yourself by tripping over it and breaking your ankles and knees at the same time. And then also trying to get past a defender and running constantly. It's really annoying. I don't like it. Soccer's number three. For baseball, you guys already covered all that. Baseball is really hard. I don't have to say anything else. It is very difficult. It may not be the most physical sport, but to be good at it is very, very difficult. And, of course, number five, football, because it's football. That's why.
I really want to say I'm really happy with you guys. I'm excited that you guys put soccer on your list. I think that we've come a long way. That I have two fellow Americans here that really like soccer. Soccer is global. I'm really happy. I mean, we broadened our horizons, guys. Good job. Let's go, Man City. Yeah, because you guys watched the Derby this weekend. I know you did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who was in the Derby this weekend?
Man City.
And
Man City.
And who else?
United.
Lebanon.
Lebanon is the country. It's not a club.
I forgot. I forgot because Man City's so good. I forgot who was the other team. That's all.
Oh, that is true. Very true.
Yeah, that's what it was. Hey, we had a comment in here for you here, Dave. Joe. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Joe, if you're a figure skater, I apologize. I did not mean to hurt your feelings. What I meant to put up here was this one. The preparation for UFC is much harder than the fight. Yeah.
That's true.
You guys went to public school, so going to public school, the wrestlers at our public school were absolutely insane. These guys were showing up to school at like 5 a.m. and they wouldn't eat all day. They would be drinking water, and then after school, in the Florida heat, they are in full trash bag like outfits because they're running around trying to cut weight so that they can lose 3 pounds in order to make weight so they can be in their matches.
Yeah, they're trying to get in shape so when they put that little unitard thing on, they're not embarrassed in front of the rest of the school. That's why I didn't do wrestling.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. That seeing what they were doing was enough for me. I did not. I had no part in that. But before we move on to the Celtics thing, okay, we're going to talk about the Celtics. We're going to talk about refs and officials, and then we got some NFL news we want to cover. Dave, I want to hear more about this golf thing. You say, all right, so if I understand correctly, because you said that NASCAR is a sport.
Yeah.
So if NASCAR is a sport, it sounds like you're saying NASCAR is a sport because you're on the same track competing against other people. And what they do factors into what you do. So you're competing against one another. But
yes,
you're saying that golf is not a sport.
That's correct.
What? Why? What? Give us something here. Let us hear it.
Well, okay. First of all, golf is a game. It's a very hard game. Trust me. I proved this by my event at Topgolf here recently. It's a stupid game, and I don't want to hear it from anybody else. You talk about NASCAR. Okay, so yeah, the golfers are all on the same track or golf course or whatever. They're playing the game against each other, whatever. NASCAR, they're all on the same track together. Okay, they're right next to each other. You don't see 43 golfers in the PGA Tour all line up on the tee all together and start hitting their balls and just trying to go and wrecking each other and stuff. No, golf, you're playing golf against yourself, bro. It's not a sport, okay? Whatever. I'm not going to argue semantics with you. It's a game. It's a hard game. It's a respectable game, but it's not a sport. Okay?
Okay. I'm really going to be honest with you. Some of the things you just said make sense. But, bro, let me just ask you a question. Sport means athletic, and you have to do it. Again, how well did you do at Topgolf? Not good. Golf.
Okay, I'm not athletic.
But golf is a sport.
No, it's a game, bro.
Is chess a sport?
A game.
No, chess is not a sport. It's a board game. You want to start doing this, then we're going to talk about Monopoly as a sport. Okay, it's not.
Sport is the art of competition. You know that, right?
What?
Sport is the art of competition.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
is pickleball a sport?
Look, hold on. He's going ahead and he's going to Google the meeting right now. Look at him. Look, he's going. Look at the smoke coming out his head right now.
What is a sport?
An activity involving physical exertion. Okay.
So you're telling me.
And
right?
skill with.
Okay. Yeah. So so you're telling me a golfer's going to play 18 holes. He's got to walk the course, swing the course, be out there for hours, and there's no physical exertion?
Bro.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so is marathon running a sport?
Yes.
No. No, stop.
Yes. Yes, it
no,
is.
It's not. Running is not a sport. It's an activity.
Is pickleball a sport?
What is that? Do you play, or is it kind of like tennis where you're playing against somebody else?
Uh-huh. Is bowling a sport?
Yeah, no. Bowling is not a sport. Pickleball is a sport. It's kind of like tennis because you're on the court competing directly one one. I'm trying to get my hands in the screen. One to another. Okay.
Listen.
Golf,
You're
You're
making sense.
competing.
You make sense with your argument, but it's still a sport. I mean,
it's a game.
Your argument is not bad. Like, I get what you're saying, but if you can't go do it and do it well, that means it's a sport. There's only a select few people that can do it.
Okay, bro. I can't go skydiving and do it well. Does that make skydiving a sport?
Actually, yeah, it's an extreme sport.
Stop it. You
What about
stop it.
snowboarding? Do you watch the X Games?
You know what a fun sport is? Ultimate Frisbee.
You guys are stressing me out. Oh my, Ultimate Frisbee?
Okay, I'm gonna agree. Sport. That's something you play.
Here we go.
In the backyard.
Answer this one, Dave. Is hunting a sport?
Of course it's a sport, and so is fishing, because it's you versus the wild. It's you.
You were doing
anything, bro. Anything that one or the other gets killed during, that's a sport.
Bro.
Okay.
You were doing so good.
Oh man.
All right. You just said in order for it to be a sport, you have to compete against somebody else. Well, when you fish, who are you competing against?
You're competing against the animal or the fish. It's offense and defense, bro. It's not like, look, in golf, if you were allowed to tackle the guy or interfere with him trying to swing the club, then it would be a sport. But you let him go up there, you let him stand. It's not like baseball where you're throwing him the ball and you got to hit it. No, he sets it up on a tee, he lines up and he hits the ball. There's no defense involved. It's just stupid. Golf is stupid, and I hate it.
The people in the comments are asking me to mute your mic.
Go ahead.
Turn this guy off.
Mute my mic. You'll just see me over here.
Let's talk about something that we know is a sport. That there is no question about. Regardless of how they may play it today compared to how they played it back in the day. Brian, I know you're going to be super excited to talk about this. I honestly don't know what you want to say. I don't know what you want to cover, but all I do know is that you requested we talk about this. And I enjoy basketball. I went to play basketball like 2 weeks ago, and I was sore for 2 days. So it is a sport. We're going to talk about the Boston Celtics. If you don't know who the Boston Celtics are, they're an NBA team. They are 48-12. They lead the NBA. They have the best overall record. They're on an 11-game win streak. As you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, those are the scores from the previous 11 games. Brian.
Yes.
Please tell us what you want us to hear. Let your voice be heard.
I'm going to let my voice be heard because the Boston Celtics this year are going to win it all. And the reason why I know is because yesterday I told my son Nathan before the game, if the Celtics beat the Warriors, the Celtics are going to win the chip. If the Celtics lose to the Warriors like they normally do, the Celtics are not going to win. Well, the Celtics did not only win yesterday, they won by 52 points. Ladies and gentlemen, these are grown men against grown men. In the first half, which is 24 minutes, the Celtics went in a halftime leading 82-38. That's a 44-point lead in 24 minutes. Do we understand what that means? That means they are dominant. That means they are something special. They are setting records. That was the third win this year of 50 plus points. That's an NBA record. 52, 51, and 50 is the point margin that they've beaten. They beat Golden State yesterday, like I said, 140-88. They beat Brooklyn earlier this year, 136-86. They beat Indiana earlier this year, 155-104. Guys, that's 50 points in 48 minutes. You have to You just have to go crazy. And that just means you have to be a good defensive team. And on this 11-game winning streak that they are winning by an average of 22.1 points a game. They have won their last 6 by 29.8 points a game, which are both NBA records. So these guys aren't just flying by, they're destroying teams. Okay, they have the law firm. What do you mean the law firm? They have JT and they have JB. They also have KP, Kristaps Porzingis. He's a 7'3" freak who shoots threes. They have Drew Holiday and Derek White, the best defensive guards in the NBA. They have PP coming off the bench, Peyton Pritchard. They have
PP.
I just wanted to see if you catch it. Yeah, they have his name's Peyton Pritchard. They call him PP. They have Luke Sky Cornett coming off the bench, who's 7'2".
I thought you were gonna say Luke Skywalker. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, they have Sam Slam Hauser coming off the bench. They traded for Xavier Tillman. The Celtics are so deep. They're so good. They've got 17 chips. They're about to raise banner number 18. I used to think the 08 Celtics and the 86 Celtics were the best teams. I know they haven't done it, but if the Celtics win the chip this year, I think this is the best Celtics team ever. They're dominant. There's 22 games left in the season. They're in first place in the East by 9 games in the loss column. That's unheard of in basketball. Like other sports, not so much, but in basketball, they're legit. Yes. What would you like to say, David?
What's that mean they chipped?
Championships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question for you about the Celtics that are best at everything in sports. Are you afraid when a team is so dominant like this in the regular season that they're going to get into the playoffs or whatever and then lose?
I would almost say yes, but they were in the finals 2 years ago, and they were up 2-1 to the Warriors, and then the Warriors ran off 3 straight and won in the TD Garden. They won in Boston's home court. They haven't forgot it. Their coaching staff's not going to let them forget it. I look at the Celtics team this year compared to other years. They're focused. They're unselfish. Their starting five averages in double figures. So it doesn't, like one day it could be Jaylen Brown. One day it could be Jason Tatum. One day it's Porzingis. One day it's White. One day it's Holiday. It could even be
PP.
PP, yeah. You knew where I was going.
That's
PP,
right.
He's led in scoring for a game. I mean, they're just deep. Yes, Bobby, what's up?
I mean, I'm not trying to rain on your parade here, but kind of sounds a lot like what everybody's saying about the Dallas Cowboys.
The difference between the Cowboys and the Celtics is they win.
Hey, I was looking at some of the scores from the Celtics. What is their points differential?
For the season, it's I think close to 16 points.
That's crazy.
That is. I mean, because they're top 3 in offense and they're top 3 in defense. And that's just the 11 games where it's 22.1. But I mean, just look at those scores. I mean, there's a couple close games in there, but most of them are just absolute destructions. And
they're blowouts.
A lot of these games where they're destroying people, the starters aren't even playing in the fourth quarter. They're literally just sitting down. The Celtics are, I look at other teams. So the Celtics have big. So if you got bigs, they can play big. The Celtics can play small. They can play muck ball. They can muck it up. They can get physical. They can play 3-and-D. They've got shooters. I mean, they can play any game they need to play, but they have to understand sometimes you got to change it up. And that's been my quarry with the Celtics over the last couple of years. Don't just jack up threes. Okay, I get it. If you take 50, you're probably going to make 20. No, that's not always the case. Sometimes take the ball to the hole. Take the ball to the hoop. You have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown who basically can't be stopped. Oh, 3 points is better than 2. Yeah, but if I make 60% of my twos and I'm only making 20% of my threes, I'm going to score more with my twos. And I'll be honest with you, during this win streak, they stopped just shooting threes to try to win a game. And I've had this conversation with people, and they could back it up. They've learned to take it to the hole and to shoot, go inside, kick it back out. I get it. Bring it down low and then kick it out for a 3. In the flow of the game, it's fine. They used to just dribble, and come down and just shoot a three. What is that? There's 19 seconds left on the shot clock. You just shot a three for no reason. That's stupid basketball. That's not good. That's not smart basketball. They don't do
golf.
that. Yeah, that's golf. That's right. They understand now how to win. And when you hear them and you see them, they're mature. They understand that they have an opportunity to be special for you. I don't think that they can just win this chip this year. I think they got a good chance to win 3 out of the next 5 or 6. They could turn into what the Warriors have been over the last 7-8 years because they're young, they're talented, and they're hungry. And you are right, Dave. When you get to the playoffs, obviously it is different because it's one team. You're focused. Thank God there's 7-game series. It's not like March Madness where you lose one and you're done. But you add they've been there. They've been to the top of the mountain and fell. They were up 2-1 and never won another game. Then last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, they went down 3-0. Then they came back and won the next 3 to force a Game 7. But then they lost Game 7 because Tatum rolled his ankle and he was never the same.
So what do you say to a team like this that when the playoffs or when the finals gets here, a team that's been so dominant and has such a lead in their own conference or whatever, but they go into it. We see this all the time in other sports. They almost go into it cocky, thinking we're not going to lose, and they're unprepared, and they go in and just get whooped.
And that's a fair question. And even in the interview yesterday, Jaylen Brown literally said, "We remember what the Warriors did to us 2 years ago. Not forgetting will help them not repeat what they did." I just really feel it. I see them. I see the maturity. I see they're older. I see they get it. And they're learning from their mistakes. So, I mean, yeah, as a Celtics fan, I'm excited about it. Am I concerned? Not yet, because I see one team in the NBA that's going to give the Celtics any kind of a series, and that's in the West, and that's Denver, who won last year, where it should have been Denver and Boston last year, because Denver has the best player in the world. They have Nikola Jokic. He's unstoppable. Problem is, Boston has Tatum, Brown, Holiday, White, PP, KP. I mean, they just have so much where they can outscore you, but Boston plays unbelievable defense. They can switch. The 5 can play the 1, the 1 can play the 5, the 3 can play the 4. So as they're rotating with these screens, it doesn't matter. They can cover anybody. And I just think Denver's the only one that can give them a run for their money. Other than that, I can't see anybody doing it.
I do know one team. I may not know much about basketball, as much as you, I should say.
Please don't say the Orlando Magic.
I know one team that can beat the Boston Celtics. And though they may not be in the right setting here, it's these guys.
Oh, boy, the officials. Here we go. All right.
Now, these are NFL referees, but
right.
we just use this picture in place just to cover all officials.
Oh my
God. If there's any team that can beat the Boston Celtics,
it is the officials.
It's them.
Yep.
And Brian, we know, going back to our podcast days, you have a track record with these officials.
They're so bad. They're so bad. And here's an example, and I don't like New York teams. Knicks Pistons from last week. Dante DiVincenzo absolutely trucks Asor Thompson right in front of the head official, James Williams. It was a tie. Pistons should have had the ball. What does everybody think happens? Nothing. No foul called. Who went on to win the game? The New York Knickerbockers. And then what happened right after the game? The official goes, "Oops, we missed the call." Okay, where's the accountability? Where is the accountability on these zebras? Listen, I get it, you're human. I understand you make mistakes. We are in 2024. Everything is recorded. On a play like that, blow the whistle. Check the foul, because don't we want to get it right? The Pistons are so futile, guys. They're so bad. They literally only have 8 wins. The record is 9, for the worst team in the history of the NBA. And people say, oh, they were on a 28-game losing streak this year. There's only 22 games left. If they don't get another win and they're the worst team ever, that's not right. Sorry. Officials in all sports, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, something's got to change. Don't make me get started on because it's betting, because it is. But go ahead, boys.
You first, Bobby.
So the Pistons lost that game. Is that right?
Yes, they did.
I'm going to say one piece, and then we're going to move right on to Dave. That would be the second time the Detroit Lions have lost because of officials. Dave,
Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions are Pistons.
The Detroit City is what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Referencing the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, cool.
Guys, I'm watching this. Yeah, okay, he gets trucked, but I'm looking at where the ball is. He gets the pass. He dribbles it one time, and then he's way up here to get the ball out in front of him. The other guy comes in for the ball and trucks him. Listen. Listen, this is the thing. This is why basketball didn't make my list, because it would be harder if these stupid calls were. Look, so what? The guy got run over. Who cares? Play the game, dude. He was going after the ball. It wasn't flagrant.
Oh, come on. See,
David.
you got on. See, you. Okay. I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you, good sir.
Drop it. I've watched this video 27 times, and every time
Thompson touched the ball, which means he established possession before DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo did not make a basketball move. He literally chop blocked him.
No, he was reaching for the ball.
Dude, the ball was okay. He was like he was going to do the wheelbarrow. That's how DiVincenzo looked. He's not going for the ball. That was not a basketball move. That was a foul 100% of the time. And anybody that knows basketball will tell you that. Ask your nephew if that's a foul. Ask him. That's a foul. It should have been called. And the official was literally right there. Blow the whistle.
We're going to have to.
The whistle.
We're going to have to go to the listeners on this one. I don't think it was a foul.
Is Dave.
And this guy's number 4 quarterback too, so that should tell you how credible he is.
You know what? You know what? Stop it. Okay, I can be right sometimes.
Well,
it's not this time. It's not this time.
Oh, both of you. Oh, you're gonna gang up on me now?
Dave, that guy he wasn't going for the ball. All right.
You know what, Micah? I don't want to hear from you in the comments either. It was a foul 10 out of 10 times. You know what? Go do your homework, Micah.
Yeah. Isn't it past your bedtime?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
mow the grass or something.
Mow the grass.
I don't think we'll ever always agree with the officials. Sometimes, like, well, we won't even talk about it. There's a lot of calls we can go back to, and it just brings up what it does. Talking about the official brings up scars. And it reopens them, and it tears our emotions into pieces, because I've had some bad experiences with referees, and it really hurts. And hey, let's give a shout out to this right here. Thank you. We appreciate that. Also, if you're not following us on social media, please do. And also, we have merch. I think I dropped the link in the comments. It's also in the description of the video. Go check it out, and you can buy 100 of those, and you will be blessed in Jesus' name. But we're gonna move on from our refs and officials to some other news. Maybe you guys have heard. It was rumored early on after their playoff loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that Travis Kelce. Oh, we could only wish. Jason Kelce was going to retire, and he said, I don't know yet, but he officially announced it today. Jason Kelce has retired. He's had 13 seasons in the NFL as an Eagle. He's a Super Bowl champion, 6 first-team All-Pro appearances, 7-time he's a Pro Bowler. He has the most consecutive starts in franchise history at 156. Most regular season games played by an offensive lineman in franchise history at 193. Greatest Super Bowl parade speech of all time. I don't remember that one, so it must have not been that good. But Jason Kelce, good job, buddy. You had a good career, but you're a quitter.
You know what really upsets me about this now that I think about it? The Super Bowl Jason Kelce one, I had a Super Bowl party.
Dude,
and
I tell people,
I had some people at my house too watching that. I'm
Bro.
pretty upset about that.
I actually tell people about that because I'm not. It was honestly one of the most awkward moments I've had going to a Super Bowl party because it was Patriots playing the Eagles.
Uh-huh.
You know, we all put our scores on the board. And there wasn't a lot of people going for the Eagles. A lot of people were saying Patriots. Nick Foles playing quarterback.
Right.
I picked the Eagles. And as the game was going on, it was like Brian. He was all, second, like we're all good. And then it was getting closer and closer. Like his face just began to melt, and I was like, man, this is. I couldn't cheer. That would be like rude, It was awkward. That was really awkward. So I took that as a note that if the Green Bay Packers are ever in the Super Bowl, I'm not throwing a party at my house. I'll go to somebody else's house, but we're not coming here. It's not going to happen. Dave, we need to have a Super Bowl party at your house because we know the Bucs will never be in the Super Bowl ever again.
I've had multiple Super Bowl parties at my house, and it's always good.
It is always good. The last one.
The Super Bowl party at Brian's house, that was awesome, dude. There was like 40 people there. Everybody was rooting for the Patriots. They had a board. Everybody write who's going to win.
Yep.
Patriots, like 40 times on the board. Mr. Bobby Drew put down the Eagles. I think he just did that just to troll Brian.
And then also did too. Philip did.
Yep, he did. Mm-hmm. And then and at the end, I got to hand it to you, Brian. You handle yourself very well. That shows a certain level of maturity in your own life. When your team is down, because you go to the past, say, you know what, today's a bad day, but you know what, we got, I don't know how many championships they already had at this point, like 5.
No, they had 4.
Or 4. Okay, it's like, that's all right. We still got 4 rings. I don't, it's still okay. You still do it today. It's like, I'll just sit back on my 6 championships or my 5, 7 championships with Tom Brady, whatever. It's like, you know what?
Hey, listen, you win some, you lose some. What can you do?
That's right. It'd be better if you won them all, wouldn't it?
It would be fun, but I don't know. I'm not Michael Jordan, so I can't win them all. Oh, can we talk about GOAT status real quick while I'm talking Michael Jordan?
Oh, what about it?
So Patrick
LeBron.
Yeah, because of LeBron. I want to ask you guys a question. In team sports, what do you two think a GOAT should be? No, honestly, it's an honest question. What do you think?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what?
Like, what should in a team sport, not an individual sport, because that's how you can be a GOAT in an individual sport. But in a team sport, what should consist of making you the GOAT?
Go ahead, Bobby Drew. So you're saying NFL football, the whole league, what makes you the GOAT for the whole league?
Yeah, what will make someone a GOAT? Like
it would be Super Bowls and wins.
And that's the only thing, right?
No.
Well, I want to say the only thing.
In a team sport, here's what I think. In a team sport, you should have numbers, like great numbers, but you also should have the championships. Correct? I mean, because we say like, okay, we'll look in the NBA, for instance. Robert Horry was a role player, has 7 titles. He's got 7. The guy was a role player. He's not a GOAT, but he has no numbers. So LeBron, congratulations, bro. You got 40,000 points. Bro won the scoring title once. Michael Jordan has 35 plus, won the scoring title 10 times. 10. Okay, so we're not even talking. I'm not talking about chips here. 6 for 6, 6 MVPs. Never went to a game 7. 2 3-peats. LeBron's been to 10. That's great, But LeBron had to go get super teams everywhere he went. Michael Jordan stayed where Michael Jordan was. He won. Sure, he had Pippen. I get it. He had Pippen, but he didn't go get Pippen. They were on the team together. And then he's got people like John Paxton, B.J. Armstrong, Luke Longley, Bill Wennington, B.J. Armstrong. I mean, I look at all these people that he had. And LeBron, dude, you're great. The longevity is incredible. You spend $1.5 million on nutrition. I'm still gonna say it. I still believe there's something extra that he's doing, but whatever. Bro cannot be the GOAT when you can't win a chip. You're 10th in the West. You have a top 75 superstar, Anthony Davis, on your team who dominates. Dude, you're 10th in the West. You're 32-28 or 32-29. That's a joke. Like, you're phenomenal. Bro, you have 1 scoring title. One. Jordan had 10. Jordan had 9 all defensive teams. And Jordan only had 2 years where he scored under 30 points a year in those 10 titles, scoring titles. Go ahead.
Oh, I got a question. So for LeBron James, for instance, how many titles does he have?
4.
Okay. And he's been 10 times,
Mm-hmm.
and he's only got 4.
Yeah.
I say only 4. That's a big deal. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, how long is his career? He's still actively playing. How long? How many years did Michael play?
Michael Jordan played 14 years, because I don't really count the Wizards years. That was just him making money. But he was
because he was playing for the White Sox at the same time, right?
The 2 years off that the Rockets won, he was playing baseball. So dude's an athlete. I mean, he's an athlete.
Well, all right. So back to the question: what makes you the GOAT? I think it's several factors. Okay. It can't be just the championships.
Correct.
Because you've got bench guys that jump around from team to team, have got like 5 Super Bowl rings and never has even been a starter.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So championships is part of it.
Yep.
Your individual statistics is a part of it. And then I think it also comes down to your team, like leadership and who you are on the field or on the court or whatever. There's several factors. Everything, even when you look like LeBron James, great player, no doubt. But like what you said, he's jumped around the league to, it's almost like stacking. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's taken his talents to somewhere else where he can win when he puts his talents together with others.
Right.
So you got to have a lot of respect for the guy, because he has won championships. He does hold titles, everything. Is he the GOAT?
Nope.
He's in the conversation, but I don't think he is. But like Tom Brady, you look at a guy like Tom Brady, he did his whole career at New England, and then he went to Tampa. Yes. Okay. But for the sake of it, he didn't. I look at all these other quarterbacks in the NFL that's taking massive money that I think doesn't. I think the only one who kind of deserves it is Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Because he's proven to win in the playoffs. All right. Tom Brady consistently takes less money. He's made a ton of money.
Right.
All right. But he's never had the $500 million contract.
Right.
Like Patrick Mahomes and all these other, these other quarterbacks that have gotten it. That's part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of what makes you the GOAT. What you sacrifice so your team can win, your individual statistics, the championships. There's a number of factors. I know we've argued about Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, but currently Patrick Mahomes may get there one day. Whatever. We'll see what happens. But NFL, it's Tom Brady.
Yep.
Okay. And a lot of that comes down to his longevity in the career.
Yeah.
Okay. Other sports, basketball, you just have to go back to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Other sports, I think it might be a little bit harder in baseball because it's so many like different positional players, whether you're a pitcher or a third baseman or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know, but I think it's a lot of factors, not just championships.
Yep. All right, cool. Yeah. What about you, Bobby? You got anything on it?
I think you guys nailed it all on the head. Pretty much.
You're welcome.
We did.
And
You
one
heard
other
it here first.
One other thing too, which someone did make a good point too. Jordan didn't load manage. Jordan played 82 games, 80 games, 81 games, 79 games a year, where LeBron and others are playing 68 games, 57 games, 69 games, 72. You see what I'm saying? So Jordan is winning scoring titles, literally dominating, and playing all season long. And he was 6'6", 210. LeBron is 6'9", 260 or 270.
That's where you go, like when you look at baseball, like pitchers, like Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, forget it.
Okay, yeah, but you go back and you look at his career, like his pitch count. They have him throw 250 times in the game, and then pitch 5 days later.
Yeah.
They don't play the same a lot of time. The league, all the leagues, they all change.
Yeah, they evolve
throughout the years. They evolve. They go up. They go down, or whatever. The rules, everything.
Yep.
But still, it's.
Well, one thing that hasn't changed in 30 years is the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl status. Still 0.
Yeah, but why are we talking about Dallas? When's the last time San Francisco won a title?
Yeah, when?
Yeah. Who's won one? Who's won one most recent? Dallas or San Francisco?
Dallas.
Correct.
Who's hated more? Dallas.
You want to know why? Because they're living
because of the delusional.
That's why.
Delusional fans.
Rent free in your head.
Yeah.
You know who's not living rent free in anybody's head and playing for the Bucks for free? Mike Evans.
He's not playing for free.
Nope.
No. He's getting paid.
He got paid.
2-year contract, $52 million. And I think it was like 32 or 35 of that is guaranteed. So more than half of the contract fully guaranteed. And that's a big payday.
Over $1 million.
Big payday for Mike Evans. You got to wonder why.
He could, like, 2 catches gets him $1 million. That's a good return on your investment, let me tell you.
Hey, man, good for him.
Yeah.
The thing is any of this contract deferred? Like, are they going to be paying him for the next 5 years so they can keep other players? Or I don't know. What's going on with Baker Mayfield?
Yeah,
haven't heard anything.
Who's going to be our quarterback next year?
Next, we'll have Kyle
Trask.
Oh, good Lord.
Or this year, Kyle Trask. So, do you think? I know you got to play the season any given Sunday, right? Do you think Evans threw his shot away at another ring to take the money here in Tampa?
Yeah,
I do.
I think he did.
I'll be honest with you. I honestly was kind of worried he was going to maybe sign with the Chiefs if they could figure out the salary cap. But, dude, if he wanted a ring, he could have went to the Chiefs because they need receivers. They just do. Could you imagine Mike Evans over there? But, again, though, he's been in Tampa for a long time. There's no cold weather here. Kansas City can get Arctic. So,
yeah.
But there's no state tax. He's probably settled. I mean, he does have the ring. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Maybe he just wants to be a Buck his whole career. He wants Derek Brooks. He wants to be like Warrick Dunn, Mike Allstott, Johnny Lynch, Rondé Barber. Maybe he just wants to be a Buck forever and go in Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and that's fine. And you know what, though? The thing is, yeah, he won a Super Bowl. He's been – so I know in football there's players, they play their whole career and never even get to the Super Bowl, let alone win. So what is he saying?
Kenny.
What is he talking about?
Your Bobby's hat.
I
forgot. I don't even.
He was at the house yesterday, and I put the hat on, and I got my word. I was trying to say Kenny Chesney, but my brain mixed up the beginning of the names, and it came out Chinny Kesney, and I was like, actually, I'm Chinny Kesney.
Bro, I like the hat, man. You've kept it on the whole podcast too.
Well,
Brian, we got to get us some cowboy hats.
he's got stuff to help keep the hat on, though. I don't know. It might just slide down our
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, you know what makes a bald head look better? A hat.
Yeah, but like I've always said, God only made a few perfect heads. The rest he covered with hair.
That's right.
So I think we all can agree here that, Mike Evans, man, his chances of getting a Super Bowl and Tampa in the next 2 years, very slim, unless they have something up their sleeve that we don't know about. Very unlikely. So, but hey, Mike Evans staying in Tampa, good for the organization and good for fantasy football because he's the only wide receiver there. But other contract news, Dave, I don't know if you saw this, but the Denver Broncos have informed Russell Wilson that as of March 13th, he will be released when the league season starts and he will be gone. This means that they will absolutely waste, eat it, $85 million in dead cap. That's the biggest dead cap in league history.
Good for
Brian.
you, Russell Wilson.
Brian,
God, I
go
hope
ahead.
he doesn't come to Tampa.
My question is, the Walmart family owns the Broncos. Are our prices going to go up at Walmart now? If that's the case, I'm going. I mean, Peyton's got to pay the price. I ain't paying more for my eggs and milk because they wanted to cut Russell Wilson. That's not fair.
Nope, not happening. I will not be paying $85 million in dead cap. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
Can you imagine seeing on the receipts on there has a line item like an extra like
cut
20
off a little bit of
cents
money each time.
dead cap?
Yeah,
Bro.
84.39 million, 84.29 million.
I think Walmart does $85 million an hour, bro.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I know.
Ooh, I'm gonna look that up. But
It's crazy.
Dave, you brought up a good point. Russell, he's gonna be released. Nobody has to pick up that contract. He gets to rework a new contract,
Where
right?
does he go?
So that's what I'm
Tampa?
saying. If he goes somewhere else, do they have to pay that contract?
No, it's all on Denver.
And,
Yeah.
and then he can get a whole nother contract?
Yeah,
Man.
he's getting paid.
Whoa, dude.
Actually, before we say that, it depends on what his contract states, what was guaranteed. The only thing he does get is the guaranteed money, but he's still going to have some guaranteed money. So basically, he's still going to get two contracts. Now, I myself, as a Patriot fan, do I want Russell Wilson in New England? Nope. I still want him to draft Drake May. Please draft Drake May.
I hear a lot of weird stuff about Russell Wilson. Like, I don't know.
He's a prima donna anyway. He's got issues. Like, he thinks I think he's got a short man complex. I'm just being honest. He's like 6 foot. I think he's just got a short man complex.
I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, but he's a pro athlete where his peers are like 6'3" and up. You know what I'm saying? Little man syndrome.
Yeah,
Do you
okay,
think-
yeah, but like, what about Drew Brees though? Like, he went and won when he had to win. You know,
That's what I'm saying. He only had one. He could only win one. And who
Do you
is his
think?
coach? Who's Drew Brees' coach? Sean
Peyton?
Payton.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, see?
Is
He
Drew
don't
Brees
know.
coming back?
Yeah, Sean
Drew Brees is
Payton.
gonna come. He's gonna come out of retirement and play for the Broncos.
Could you imagine?
Oh no,
Bro, he can't even throw the ball anymore. He's got dead arm. He even tells you that. Drew Brees can't even throw a football.
yeah. Well, didn't he dislocated his elbow and stuff? He had injuries to his throwing arm. So
Yep.
What if Zach Wilson is gonna go to the Broncos?
Well, they're not going to win anything then. He can go. Zach
That's the
Wilson.
only quarterback that I know. Jimmy Garoppolo, Zach Wilson. Those are the only two. Oh, Mac Jones. Yeah. Outside of that, that's the
I don't
only.
know.
Oh, Kirk
Where-
Cousins.
They're in the middle of the round, aren't they? They don't have a
What
high.
about Kirk?
They got.
But what about Kirk Cousins though?
No, he wouldn't go there.
you think Justin Fields is going to Atlanta?
I think
think-
so.
Here's a pipe dream. Mac Jones leaves New England. Justin Fields gets traded to the Patriots, and they draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Patriots are instant contenders because their defense is ridiculous. You can shake your head, Bobby, all you want. At least our quarterback doesn't just tear his leg or whatever.
Yeah. What's
He's
up
not
with
my
that?
quarterback. He's
I
not
know
my
he's not your quarterback. I'm talking about my division, the Jets. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about the
Okay.
AFC.
All right.
Is Aaron Rodgers going to play more than one snap this year?
Yeah.
I don't even know why he's not even going to come back. Watch, he's not even going to do it. I'm going to laugh. He's doing all this stuff during the year. Watch, he's still only be ready for OTAs or anything. Watch, you talk about a diva. Watch, bro.
He's coming
Aaron
back.
Rodgers, he's a head case.
He's playing-
Bro, one Super Bowl, and they're going to try to make him the GOAT. Give me a break.
Yeah.
He's
break.
coming back. He's going to play next season.
Touchdowns. Give me a break.
Walmart makes $42.7 million per hour.
Oh, I'm sorry. They got to work an hour and 45 minutes, Brian, to cover that contract.
I mean, I can't even imagine. Like, good Lord, that's
Yep.
stupid. to me.
So we know there's possibilities for Russell, but who in the world are the Broncos going to bring in?
It's gonna be something to watch. It'd be interesting.
I mean,
Let me
Sean
see
Payton.
what Stephen A. Smith is saying.
How long is Sean Payton going to be in Denver for?
I think he's already been there 1 year too many, and he's only been there 1 year.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't like Sean Payton at all.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't
guys.
why, because he's a cheater.
Duke's only winning by 3 points. That's great. I hope Duke loses. Let's go UConn. We haven't said it yet. UConn. UConn. UConn.
Wow.
UConn.
Actually, that is the first time he mentioned UConn today. Good job, Brian.
Thanks, man.
Oh, I forgot. How many times did he say it?
I've
Once.
said it like 3 times. Well, that's the first time, but pre-show, what I say it like 4 times. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just 1 time here, but you got to keep track of my UConn Huskies, baby. Number 2,
That was 4 right there.
I was.
You said it 14 times last week.
Let's go.
He's got it on the paper.
Yeah. I mean, I was
You
thinking
wrote it
track.
down last week. I remember.
Oh, man. Well, we got to come up with another top 5 for next week, which we'll do between now and then. Let me see. Let me look at my calendar here. So we do have merch. Please go check out our merch. If you don't like it, buy it anyways and give it to somebody that you don't like so they can wear something that you don't like. And then, what is it? The weekend of March 18th. It won't be March 18th. So
Nope.
we'll have a show next Monday.
But it might be
We
a
will
Super
not have a show on March 18th, but we will have a surprise show coming up on March 16th. So that'll be a fun time. We got something special planned for that one. So you're gonna get 2 shows in 1 week next week. So that'll be cool. Dave, you had something you wanted to say?
I forgot.
Should have wrote it down.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Old man problems.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, guys, we covered it all here tonight. We talked about all the sports. We really did cover. I mean, we talked about the top 5 toughest sports in our opinions. We talked about Celtics. We talked about referees. We talked a little bit of college basketball. It was down in the ticker if you didn't see it. And then we also talked about the NFL and how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be the new Dallas Cowboys. So that's the way we're going to end here tonight. I'm sorry, Dave. I mean, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. But that's the Bobby Drew Show for tonight. We'll see you guys next Monday. Peace out.
Thank you.
Peace.